Ladies and gentlemen, America presents, along with your undisputed, undefeated king of beers, Budweiser, this Bud's for you, bring you 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant IBA Junior Lightweight World Championship. Sanctioned by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. Executive Director, Rochelle A. Martin. Deputy Executive Director, Jim Hughes. Boxing Coordinator, Dick Cole. Physicians at ringside, Dr. A.T. Carrasco. Dr. Ruben Tenorio. Timekeeper at the bell, Bill Gavin. Counting for the knockdown seconds, Patrick McMahon. This bout is also sanctioned by the IBA, President Dean Chance, IBA Supervisor at ringside, Norm Longton. The scoring for this contest is done on a 10-point must system, and your 3 judges assigned at ringside are Gary Merritt, Gail Van Oy, and Harold Letterman. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge of the action, Lawrence Cole. Your fighters' records are courtesy of The Ring, the Bible of boxing. And now, the main event of the evening. Are you ready? Órale, damas y caballeros, ¿están listos? From the Alamo Dome here in San Antonio, Texas, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white with black and weighing 132 pounds. His professional record, 39 victories, 28 by knockout with only 4 defeats and 2 draws. He comes to us from Accra, Ghana, Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the future Hall of Famer and former 4-time world champion, the Professor, Azumah Nelson. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black with silver. His weight, 134 1/4 pounds. His professional record, 36 victories, 15 by knockout with only 3 losses and 2 draws. Ladies and gentlemen, from San Antonio, Texas, presenting the 3-time NABF champion and former WBC super featherweight champion of the world, Jesse James Leija.
Hey, let's roll. This is it. This is it. Let's go, James. Come on, James. Come on, James. Let's go. Let's go, James.
Get the rope off.
Go, Zuma. All right, gentlemen, you know how this goes. I want you to obey my commands. Protect yourself at all times. Understand? Good luck.
He's been nicknamed the Terrible Terror, the Tiger, and the Professor. All of those nicknames have been applicable. The one nickname that he doesn't want is washed up. Azumah Nelson is going to show everybody, or try to show everybody, that he is still the force that he's always been.
No secrets amongst these two. 3 previous meetings, 30 previous rounds. Each man has won 1, and 1 was a draw. Nelson, when he spoke with us, felt the early part of the fight very important, wants to get the crowd out of it as much as possible. Put it on his man early, he said.
Now, Nelson said he's a good fighter, very slick, but he's no professor, and I'm going to take him out.
Important, I think, for Jesse James Leija to show some lateral movement, move side to side, because that, if any fighter is given Azumah Nelson trouble, it's been that type of fight.
Yes, movement beats Nelson. That's the way it's been in his career. Leija used it to beat him. Manuel Hernandez used it to beat him last year. And of course, early on, Pernell Whitaker used the movement to beat him. But if you stand and trade, if you stand in front of Azumah Nelson, make defensive mistakes, he will make you pay.
And of course, in the last fight, It really was over before it was over. A huge right hand by Azumah Nelson. I know, Rich, you felt one of the best punches you've ever seen.
That's right. It was a beautiful shot. And Leija made a defensive mistake. He started a right uppercut, and he stuck his head, basically his chin, right up in the air. And Nelson came right over the top and blasted him with it. I was shocked that Leija ever got up.
Said, I will not make that same mistake tonight. These two guys very amicable, very friendly with each other, great respect for the other man. But right now it's all business.
Nelson will have to be a little quicker with his feet than he was in that fight against Manuel Hernandez last year, where he was basically kind of a plodding fighter, and he just let Hernandez utilize all of the ring, and he used a lot of movement. So he's got to improve his quickness of his feet here tonight and shuffle forward a little faster than normal, because Leija's going to fight a tactical fight against him.
Hernandez really the master boxer. Very savvy guy. Tough guy to fight, I think, for anybody.
Well, of course, Nelson won't be going up against the same kind of height and reach disparity that he faced in that one.
Double left hand from Leija. That gets a reaction from the crowd, but neither one was huge.
The better shot was the one downstairs by Nelson.
And James is being a little bolder than I thought he would be in this first round, especially with the memory of that first round in their last fight.
Got to point out that the crowd is going to react to Leija and his punches much quicker and much louder than they will to those of Nelson. Right now, let's go to Sean O'Grady. Sean?
Well, I'm over here with Jesse James Leija's family, his wife, Lisa. And Lisa, how do you control your nerves?
It's very hard to do that, but we just stay calm, and we say a prayer before we come out, and you know, whatever happens from there, we can't control.
How important is a win tonight to the family of Jesse James Leija?
The win is not important to us. It's just for both fighters to actually come out and do their best. And I think they've been both looking forward to this for a long time.
Well, James had a good first round. How did you assess that first round?
I give that round to James.
Yeah, James. James the second is over here. Connie is over here. Connie James, the mother of Jesse James Leija. Everybody's here to support James Leija.
Well, and I think the better part of the city of San Antonio is here to support Jesse James Leija. He did have a pretty effective first round, I thought, Mills.
Yeah, I did. I give it to him 10-9.
Take a look at the punches in round number one. Very comparable. Nelson a little bit busier according to our numbers.
I give it to Leija 10-9.
Nelson's a guy oftentimes will work his way into a fight. Gets more effective as the fight goes on.
Like the jab, I like the jab.
Fight being fought largely in the center of the ring. Neither man has really done a lot of damage.
Something to look for here tonight, Barry, would be Azumah Nelson's overhand right. It comes from over the top. He will lure you in, and he just tried to throw it right there. He will lure you in and try to throw that overhand right. It comes from up high and try to bring it over the top, and that's where he scores a lot of big punches.
You know, the thing about Azumah Nelson, talk about the fact he's been off for 15 months. He's fought for the last 3 years only once a year. And he seems to be able to come back and pick up where he left off. The one question that you have to have is a fighter like Azumah Nelson. I'm not suggesting that this is true of Nelson, but a fighter like him could get old in one day.
Absolutely. Old and it's called getting old in one night. You come out there and suddenly you're just an old man. And he is, in fact, if for that weight division, he's up there. But he's moving quite well, and he's on his toes.
Yeah, he's giving a few Jersey Joe walkout tricks in there. Look at that movement by Azumah. He showed none of this to Manuel Hernandez. That's what I talk about. I think they want him to utilize his feet here a little bit tonight in this fight with Leija.
Giving Leija a lot of different angles, too, a lot of different looks.
And Azumah now is trying to lure Leija into a mistake. There's the right hand we talked about, where he'd try to lure you in and then counter with the right. What he does is he likes to block a punch with his left shoulder and then shoot the right.
The guy is really the consummate professional. Coming to the end of round number 2. Neither man with an edge.
Barry, I thought Azumah Nelson fought much better that round and confused Jesse James Leija a little bit in that round.
With that left hand.
Going to give him a lot of different angles.
You're looking good on your legs, but you got to start touching him a little bit more with that left hand. You know, he's looking to throw that right hand, okay? And he's looking to protect himself from your right hand. You got to go into that rib a little bit more, I think, with that right hand, okay? But you got to use your, I think, you want to sucker him into that left hook. Sucker him in to bring that right hand. I like the left hook over that right hand, okay? Well, that could slip. That hand up if you do it though, okay? You got to touch him a little bit more. You're moving good, but be a little closer to him. A little bit closer to him. Sucker him in. He's protected with that right hand real good though. I think you got to bring his hands down a little bit with some body work, Azumah. Okay?
He remembers that right hand.
Yeah, he ain't forgetting it. You got to bring those hands down a little bit.
Now, what's your opinion of how much Azumah Nelson listened to that?
I don't think he listens at all. I think he knows what he wants to do.
Now you have to remember that Azumah Nelson is a guy who turned pro back in 1979. And he fought for the WBC featherweight title in '82, and only his 14th fight against the great Salvador Sanchez was a late substitute and fought way better than anyone ever expected him to. And a couple of years later, he was world champ.
Take a look at the numbers thus far through the first 2 rounds, and neither man scoring with much effectiveness.
Yeah, nobody. I like Leija again. 10-9. He's busy. Not really. If it's 10-9 for Leija, he's busy.
That round, I think you'd agree, Rich, a tough round to score. I gave it to Nelson.
Yeah, I was just going to say I disagreed with the judge on that one. I hope he won't slap me down.
Not a chance.
And I think Nelson is trying to lure Leija into mistakes.
He really seems to be looking for that right hand, doesn't he?
Yes, and he wants Leija to extend himself, maybe to lunge with a punch, and he's going to try to bring that right hand right over it.
Leija determined not to make that mistake. That's where Leija wants to fight.
Good move by Nelson though. Bobbing, weaving.
There's a couple of real nice body punches by Leija in there. Everything to the head missed, but a couple of nice body shots.
Let go. Right. Step back.
Azumah's an amazing guy. Living in Accra, Ghana, lives in a plantation, supports his immediate family, which includes 6 children, and then an extended family, which includes about at least 15 others who live right there on the plantation or right in the surrounding area. He means so much to the people of Ghana.
Most popular athlete ever to come out of Ghana. He was talking about a soccer player who's very popular, but it pales in worldwide attention to Azumah. But we asked him whether or not he was able to walk down the streets and not be bothered. He said, yeah, absolutely, people know me, but I'm not bothered.
He says, actually, it's worse sometimes in New York or somewhere there where you have a lot of fight fans, and they follow him down the street.
There's that quick right hand, and he brings that right hand in a hurry.
Well, you have 2 fighters fighting a tactical fight right now.
And I think that's to be expected when they've seen each other 3 times already. Coming down toward the end of 3, neither man completely taking charge in this fight yet.
Barry, these are very tough rounds to score.
Yes, they are.
You read that.
All right, I got it. Okay, I go inside the next round.
Okay, go.
Okay, talk to him, Jesse.
Just same thing you do it. Keep jabbing.
Keep jabbing, right?
You gotta keep him busy, man. You gotta keep him busy.
Still looking to load up on that right. Still looking to load up on that right.
That's right. He's trying to load up. Okay? Watch. He's rolling in a minute now. He's going to throw it.
He's dropping his left after he throws the jab. So look at something overhand right.
Give me some angle, please.
Okay.
Angle and hook him.
Okay.
What do you hook?
Yes, I want.
Angle and hook him. You want to say?
I thought a lot of good information in there, but it came from a lot of voices. Round number 4. And I thought very sage advice in the corner of Jesse James Leija. They talked about the fact that Azumah Nelson is looking to load up on that right hand, which is something we've been talking about for the last couple of rounds.
Yeah, I like to Nelson that round 10 now, but you got a good point, Barry. Only one guy in the corner should talk, because the fighter can only listen to one guy. One guy should talk all the time, that's all. And the same guy.
Now the corner people of Leija want him to also counter and look for the right hand. They feel that Azumah Nelson is dropping his left hand after he jabs, and that he can come over the top with a right,
which he just did, yep. That is Lisa Leija watching her husband. Staying very calm about the whole matter here. Very philosophical in her talk with Sean O'Grady a few moments ago.
Now Nelson throwing the right hand. Nelson actually more active in this fight than he was in the Manuel Hernandez fight last year. He is moving a little quicker, and he's throwing a few more punches. Nelson can really rock. Keep that in mind at all times. This guy is really a big-time puncher with either hand.
Leija trying to work the body. Takes the left hand from Nelson. Both these guys came into this fight with a very definite game plan, and each has sort of taken the game plan away from the other.
Nelson landing a very good body punch there that drove Leija into the ropes. And he is looking for that right hand. That's where his power is right now. Did you see the way that he tucked his chin behind his shoulder, Azumah there? He oftentimes will just pick punches off with his shoulder, turning that shoulder around, and then he'll throw the right hand right after that.
He pivots well. That's called pivoting a punch. He pivots well.
Counter left hand from Leija. Good shot. Double left hand, Leija.
And showing a lot of movement, landing punches, then circling around the ring.
2 times, a left to the body, left to the head combination. Coming to the end of round 4, clearly the most effective round of the fight by Jesse James Leija. But he takes a shot.
Yeah, that left hook was big time for Nelson right at the end of the round.
He wanted to take you out in the 4th. He failed.
Huh? All right?
Yeah. He's taking me.
Now watch me.
Deep breath. You understand? So, once you feel that touch going to your body, you got to make sure both are being blocked with that right hand, yeah? It's the only thing he touched you with, really. And you hurt him at the end twice. Now,
Leija landed more punches that round, but it was Nelson who landed the big shots. Look at that right hand. He dug it in just underneath the elbow. Beautiful punch by Azumah, and he drove Leija back to the ropes. Now, near the end of the round, Nelson landed with some big shots. There's that left hook. And Leija maybe just in a little bit of trouble there at the end of the round.
I think the question is, was it enough for Nelson to win the round?
I scored the round even. I thought that Leija was ahead until the end, and he got nailed, but I thought the round was even. But now we're going to see what he's made out of. This is the round he's going to find out about that weight.
Go.
Round 5, they touch gloves. Let's talk about that weight a little bit, Mills. You were saying that, well, we know for a fact that Azumah Nelson walks around just a couple of pounds over his fighting weight, but Jesse James Leija actually told us he may come in as heavy as 150 pounds. That's 15 pounds.
Barry is dangerous. The fighters that are real pros go to their office every day. The road and the gym, they go to the office and they stay close to the fighting weight. This idea of blowing up and coming down is dangerous. It's a mistake, and the kid should not do that.
And you think guys will wear out at the end of the fight?
I think they'll wear out, absolutely. And he's fighting the hell of a fight right now.
Right now he is. He's jumping on Azumah Nelson.
Well, the weight loss that you referred to left him really with no strength at all in the last fight with Azumah Nelson. And he had to lose 9 pounds in the last couple of days before his fight with Gabriel Ruelas when he lost the World Championship. And that certainly didn't contribute anything to his cause. I'll tell you, I'm enjoying the fans here. They're really trying to rally Leija. He's a big hero here in San Antonio, maybe second only to David Robinson, and they've become fast friends, actually, and are partners in charitable affairs.
And there is the littlest Leija.
James II,
his 7-year-old son,
who held one of the over 100 tickets that Jesse James Leija had to buy for tonight's fight.
But don't you get the idea that Azumah Nelson's laying in the weeds a little bit here?
Yeah, but he can't wait too long. Leija really wants to establish the tempo, I think. If he can get it going, then he can start building up some points. In terms of jabbing, moving, quick combinations, moving side to side. Moving Azumah Nelson as he did there. He turned Nelson completely with that little move.
Yeah, he's really executing the game plan extremely well, I think. A wild right hand.
Now that was the first sign of a little frustration, I think, from Nelson. Now this is taking on the aspects of their second fight, which was in Las Vegas, which Leija won convincingly over Nelson. This round, a very good round again for Leija.
And a double left hand from Leija. Leija really doing some business here. Excellent round.
Good shot.
Excellent round for Jesse James Leija.
Jesse James Leija put on a real clinic. The student putting on a clinic for the professor in that round.
You're doing beautiful, man. Are you talking? Yeah, that's what you do. Think what you're doing, okay? Just
How you feel, Jimmy?
That's great.
Azumah
We're just
Nelson
warming up.
got turned around a little in that round, was unable to deal with the movement of Leija. Nelson a little bit wild at times, was really trying to catch up to Leija, but he couldn't. He got frustrated, missed a wild right. You don't see that too often from a guy like Azumah Nelson.
When you're attacking back, a smart attack. Touch and go, touch and go. All right? You can't let him do 4-1. All right?
And just the slightest concern in the voice of Joe Goosen.
Smart, smart, smart.
Round 6. Nelson in the white trunks, Leija in the black. I thought the best round of the fight, the last round for Jesse James Leija.
Good round for him. I gave it to him 10-9.
Take a look at the numbers thus far, and Nelson has actually landed more punches and thrown more punches than Leija, but I think Leija has dictated the tempo of the fight.
Yeah, I saw that round for Leija 10-9, but it is a close fight. These rounds are tough to score. But we're going to find out now about whether or not the old professors are going to show this kid that making weight isn't the way to do it. You'd think if he'd learned the lesson the last couple of fights, but I guess not.
Well, of course, in this fight, you're talking about a different weight. You're talking about 135 at least. In the past, he had to come down to 130. And they found that just his basic muscle mass is 136, so there's nothing really there for him to lose.
Yeah, no percent body fat, he said, at 136. I find that hard to believe, but nonetheless, that's what he told us. He said at 148, he has 9% body fat. At 130, he's got no strength, he said. Nelson, who appeared to be playing a waiting game, could get himself in a situation, and you alluded to this earlier, Rich, where he waits too long.
And now he needs to get his own rhythm going. He's kind of just plodding in this round, looking for something to happen and looking to be able to counter.
There was a double jab and a right hand, but it was still a little bit short. There's a left hook from Leija.
Big right hand of Azumah Nelson coming over the top has not been there for him so far, and that's been a trademark of his career. And so far, Leija has been able to evade it or block it. Most of the times blocking it.
You know, Leija haven't given him any place to put it. He's keeping the left hand high. Nelson pulled back and tried to come over the top, but it didn't work last time.
And it's not coming quite as quick as I remember from Azumah Nelson either.
Now, unless you know something I don't know, and I don't think you do right now at this point, I do know this, we're falling behind. See, you got to pick it up. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, more than pick it up, you got to go in there and try to kick his butt. All right? You got to, Azumah, if he does this all night, we're not going to come out on the tall end of the stick. I need you to get in there and start muscling him. You got to make it happen. You're not making it happen. You going to do it? All right, let's go. I know what you're doing, but I need you to do more. What is this, 7 or 8?
Yeah, 7.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got, hey, Azumah, you got 5 rounds, baby. You got to hurt this guy. You can't follow him around the ring like this.
I'll tell you what, I think those are terrific comments made by Joe Goosen.
Show me what you can do.
Goosen is not
holding
and pulling any strings at all here.
Go on, let it hang out. Let it hang out.
They're outstanding comments. He's telling them the truth, what he's got to hear, no question about it.
And Nelson does come right out and try to jump on Leija. Here are the head and body punches. The difference, as you can see, just a lot more punches landed. And now on Mills on your card, a rather decided edge.
Yes, I gave Leija that round 10-9.
And Joe Goosen in the corner, you could see with each succeeding round, his level of concern and intensity in his talking to Azumah Nelson gets a little bit more, a little higher.
But he still respects Nelson's experience.
But still, it's plain talking to Azumah.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I thought it was terrific.
Pick him up.
And Nelson is trying to pick it up here in terms of the pace. He is going after Leija in this round. But his punches are coming slower. You're absolutely right, Barry. They're coming slower.
And it is Leija who gets back at Nelson.
He's being out-hustled.
Being out-hustled and out-muscled.
Push him back. Push him back.
His punches are much more crisp. Left hand from Leija. Good left hand by Nelson.
Remember that power. That's the first time he's really shown it here tonight.
And he really cranked it, and it got Leija going back.
Listen, Nelson is really going after it a lot more in this round. He is much more focused and intent on his target in this round. He's digging in, he's setting down on his punches, and he's really getting some leverage on his punches now.
He is ripping now.
Moving in a little bit closer, getting more into his range, not throwing long looping punches as he was earlier.
Referee's doing a good job. Ron's Cole doing a good job in there.
A little bit of a nick on the bridge of the nose of Jesse James Leija. I don't believe it's a problem. Double left hand from Nelson. 4 left hands from Nelson. Ever so slowly, starting to see the tenor of this fight change a little bit. Now Leija comes back.
If it gets into a power thing, James could be in trouble.
Most of those punches are being blocked by Nelson. Not a lot of those punches are scoring.
Big question here, did that flurry enable Leija to steal the round from Nelson?
Let me work.
Let me work, dude.
Keep moving your head, James. Upper body. He's frustrated. Keep moving side to side, son.
Nelson owned most of the round. He was landing the power shots, but then it was great work by Leija. Look at that right hand, a corking right thrown from a strange angle by Leija, and Nelson simply wasn't ready for it. He really uncorked it with great speed.
You gotta get busy if you're gonna be close to him. You hear what I said?
It's a great punch by Leija, but keep in mind, he knows what happens because he's felt the power in the pillows of Azumah Nelson in the past fight.
So we come to round number 8. The rounds get shorter. Here are the numbers through 7 rounds. Leija still with a higher connect percentage, although Nelson has landed more punches.
I like Nelson at round 10-9. The last flurry was enough to steal it by Leija. Nelson's coming on now a bit.
You know, I think that Joe Goosen really did light a fire under Azumah Nelson in that last round. Nelson took to heart what he was saying, and if he wasn't listening to Goosen earlier, he did last round.
And a left hand by Leija. But again, a war favors Nelson.
Good shot by Leija.
Excellent. 3 straight punches right on the button.
Leija's a quality fighter. He has not lost a fight since he lost that last bout to Azumah Nelson. 6-0 since then. And remember that his 3 losses in his 41 bouts and his draw have all been in world championship fights. You're not a journeyman and beat Jesse James Leija.
Right now, let's go to Sean O'Grady for comments. Sean?
Yeah, they're very upset over here in the corner of Azumah Nelson. They want Nelson to control that movement of Leija. When Leija gets Nelson chasing him without throwing punches, they do not like that.
Leija just took a step back, took a deep breath. A couple of uppercuts got in there. And there's a left hand by Nelson. It's a good shot. Nelson's having much more success in closer range.
Yeah, but he's coming faster. He's quicker with his feet tonight. There's no doubt.
Yeah, but he's getting out hustled right now.
But he's got that power. That left hook of his is a brutal shot.
Double left hand, and that gets Leija moving in a backward direction also. Leija missed with that left. Low blow.
Keep him up. All right, let's go. Buck.
Nelson's hurt. He ran right into that right hand.
Right smack into it, and he is in good trouble.
I thought Nelson had the round won, and Leija with that one big shot really put him in trouble and took it.
That throw is going to do nothing bigger than that.
Now there's a case where one punch really does turn around.
Yeah, I had Nelson winning the round until the shot came. You know the tragedy of a kid like that, like Leija, if he would tend the business, he's good, but he can be so much better.
It's all about being a man. Who's more man right here?
Nelson walked right into that punch. Azumah was controlling the action with his power, and then Leija. That was not the punch that got him. Let's see if we've got it. He's in a little trouble here. I think we've already, but he closed it with a big flurry, and Nelson was in trouble at the end of the round. But he had walked right into a big right hand that originally got him into trouble.
Body and head. You all right? Of course you are. Go. Let's go.
A little slow getting off that stool, Azumah was. It looked like he had to really strain to get off of it.
And Joe Goosen now turning into a cheerleader. It's the 9th round. Take a look at the numbers through 8 rounds, and again, a high connect percentage for Leija, starting to narrow in on the amount of punches landed as well. Nelson has thrown more punches.
I scored that round for Leija, 10-9, stole it in the end.
That one punch is one you might want to look back on should this fight go the distance, because that turned that round.
Come on, Z. Pick him, James. Pick the James. Come on, Azumah. Come on. There we go. Stop. Keep breath. Keep breath. There we go. There we go. Roll to your right and roll. Watch the head. Watch the head.
Well, if the weight is bothering Leija, it's not apparent at this point. He seems very strong.
You're right, but the tragedy is he could be so much better if he would just tend the business all the time.
Roll. Roll. Come on. Roll from there. Roll from there. You're waiting. Trying to stall.
A lot of concern in the corner of Azumah Nelson. They are very concerned about their man just not doing enough to take this fight, and that he's running out of time.
They don't want him waiting, and that's what they figure he's doing right now.
Here's a right hand from Leija, right on the button.
And a little nod of assent from Azumah.
That was caught on the gloves.
These guys are both warriors.
Leija is fighting a very smart fight. Not getting himself in trouble. Good combination there.
I think he hurt Azumah Nelson a little bit then. He did hurt him a little bit.
Nelson's hands are dropping.
Yeah, Nelson having trouble getting away from punches now. He's going to need all of his wizardry and all of his guile. Everything that he's had in 19 years as a professional.
And the question, of course, is can he muster the strength?
Leija smiled after that right. That one he saw coming.
Almost got him. Almost got him. Keep trying. You can't give up. Because you can do it. Azumah, you can do it. You can do it. But I'm going to tell you something. Look at me. You have to force yourself. You have to force yourself from the inside of Azumah to keep your head moving and to keep the pressure on. You have to force yourself. You're standing up too tall now. You're letting him get the angle over on this side. Look at me. You're letting him get the angle.
Jesse James Leija landed maybe the single crispest punch of the night in that last round. Look at that right hand. A beautiful, sharp right. Totally crisp. Straight right hand. Textbook style.
Not only that, I'll tell you, when he got hit with that right hand, he felt a little twinge on the opposite side of his body in the foot. That's what you feel. Believe me, I've been there, and that hurts.
Get hit with the right hand and feel it in your foot, huh?
Right on the other side. Yeah.
All he's got is an overhand right and a left hook. That's all you got to look for.
Hold your own power. Come on,
Great concern in the corner of Azumah Nelson with good reason. Round 10. There's that right hand, but you see how much he loops it. Here are the numbers and the body shots and the head shots. Rather comparable. Nelson doing more work to the body, but I think Leija's done effective work to the body.
10-9 that round for Leija.
That makes it a 4-point difference on your card, and that would mean that unless there's a knockdown, that Azumah Nelson cannot win this fight on the judges' scorecards.
Unless he gets cut for 10-8 round, but that's
what I mean, unless there's a knockdown.
If Leija just continues to fight his same fight, he's going to win here this evening. He's fought a very well-contained fight here tonight, a patient fight, a very smart and intelligent bout against Nelson. He's taken what Nelson has to offer, and he's taken some hard punches. But the only thing that I think can really get to Leija now and hurt him is if he gets reckless and gets careless.
And I just don't see that happening.
That long right hand to the body, the looping hand. You got to come back with the left hook. Dangerous to lay it out there without doing that.
Keep working, Azumah. Keep working.
Body shot from Nelson. Body shot from Leija.
Hold the overhand, James. You don't like them either. Move, 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 move. Move, James. Come on, harder. Roll and throw. Roll. You're not throwing enough.
Nelson working the jab, but that's not going to be enough.
No, but I think what he's doing here is trying to find a rhythm, bouncing on his toes a little bit, Barry, trying to throw the jab out there, just trying to go back to boxing basics if he can here, back to the ABCs and see if he can't get something going for him.
That's a good job by Leija. Got in, got out. Didn't get himself in any traps. Leija's just dictating this fight.
You're just seeing a replay of their second fight. This is exactly how Jesse James Leija beat Azumah Nelson in their second bout,
which he readily admits was his best fight ever. I think tactically, fighting every bit as well in this fight. Another effective round for Jesse James Leija.
Okay, take a deep breath.
Let's go over to the champ, Sean O'Grady. Sean, what do you got?
Well, no bad news over here in the Jesse James Leija corner. Everybody's happy. I was talking to Leo Zuniga in his corner. They love what he's doing now. He's scoring, he's backstepping, he's allowing for Nelson to run into everything, and he has got Nelson ready to go. In fact, a couple of times in that last round, Nelson was wobbled, and I think they're going to very soon try to go in and end this fight.
All right, Sean, thanks very much. And in the corner, Jesse James Leija, Sean suggesting, saying be careful, don't get in any trouble. In the corner of Azumah Nelson, they are basically